Life feels so heavy. The city's chaos and noise, the never-ending honking, and the sea of people. It's like there's no space for peace. It's like the world is moving so fast, and I'm struggling to keep up. It feels like every day is the same routine over and over again. It's like I don't even know what day it is anymore. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, and repeat. I feel trapped in this loop, and I can't find a way out. I feel invisible, like I'm getting lost in the crowd. I'm surrounded by so many people, yet I feel so alone. It's like I'm just one in a million, unnoticed and insignificant. It's like my voice is getting fainter, like no one can hear me. No matter how hard I try to make myself heard, it's like no one is listening. My thoughts and opinions are drowned out by the noise of everyone else, and it makes me feel like I don't matter. I want to feel worthy, to believe in myself. I want to find the strength to stand tall and have confidence in who I am. But it's like there's always this resistance, these doubts that keep creeping into my mind. But self-doubt is like a shadow that follows me everywhere. It's always there, lurking in the back of my mind, whispering that I'm not good enough. It makes it so hard to see the light, the hope amidst the darkness. I compare myself to others, their achievements, their self-assurance. Social media makes it even worse, as I scroll through pictures of people who seem to have perfect lives. It just makes me feel even more inadequate. It's like everyone else has it all figured out, except for me. I feel different, like I don't belong, struggling to find my place in a world where it seems like there's no place for me. This constant comparison is slowly chipping away at my self-esteem. Every time I compare myself to others, I fall short. I keep seeing my flaws, and it's a never-ending cycle of disappointment. I feel stuck, paralyzed by the weight of my own expectations and the fear of making mistakes. It's like I'm frozen in place, unable to move forward. The weight of expectations feels unbearable. It's like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, striving to reach dreams that feel impossible. Society's definition of success feels unattainable. The pressure to achieve, to reach the top, it's overwhelming. It's like no matter what I do, it's never enough. I long to feel like I belong, to be accepted for who I am. I want to find a place where I can be myself, without judgment. A place of peace and acceptance both from others and from myself. One day I read a quote, "You are enough." It seemed so simple yet so profound. It made me pause and reflect on my life. Those 3 words, they pierced through my heart. Could it be true? Is it possible for me to believe in myself, even with all my flaws? Maybe I've been too hard on myself, always chasing after this perfect version of me that's impossible to attain. I suddenly felt a glimmer of hope. It was small, but it was a significant shift in my perspective. Maybe, just maybe, I could start to see myself differently. I decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery and acceptance. It wasn't about changing who I was, but embracing my true self, imperfections included. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to find my worth. I set small goals for myself, each step taking me closer to understanding and accepting who I truly am. I started exploring things that would help me grow as a person. I joined workshops, practiced meditation regularly, and even picked up new hobbies. Each activity was a step towards self-improvement and self-love. I immersed myself in stories of resilience and transformation. These stories gave me hope, showing me that change is possible and that I'm not alone in this journey. Each story reminded me that I'm not the only one struggling. It was comforting to know that others have gone through similar experiences and have come out stronger. The feeling of shared humanity and support gave me the strength to keep going, to keep believing in myself. I started by making small changes to my daily routine. I incorporated mindfulness practices, taking the time to breathe and be present in the moment. I began journaling my thoughts and feelings, creating a safe space for reflection. Each small step, no matter how insignificant it seemed, contributed to a larger transformation within me. I started paying attention to my inner critic, challenging negative thoughts with positive affirmations. I replaced "I can't" with "I'll try." I focused on progress, not perfection. Slowly but surely, I began to feel a sense of empowerment. One of the hardest steps was confronting my fears. These fears had been with me since childhood, lurking in the shadows of my mind, influencing my every decision. They were like invisible chains, holding me back from living my life to the fullest. For too long I had avoided them, letting them dictate my choices. Every time an opportunity arose, my fears would whisper doubts and insecurities, convincing me to stay within my safe and familiar bubble. It was a cycle of avoidance and regret. But I realized that true growth lay outside of my comfort zone. I knew that if I wanted to change my life, I needed to change my approach. I needed to face my fears, no matter how terrifying they seemed. I decided to take the leap. It wasn't easy, and there were moments of self-doubt, but I knew it was the only way to break free from the shackles of fear. I signed up for a local group fitness class, something I had always wanted to do but felt too self-conscious about. The thought of working out in front of others terrified me, but I pushed past that fear and enrolled. To my surprise, I loved it. The energy of the group, the encouragement from the instructor, and the sense of community made me feel accepted and supported. It was an eye-opening experience. The feeling of accomplishment after each class was exhilarating. I felt stronger, both physically and mentally. Each session was a victory against my fears, a step towards a more confident me. I learned that I was capable of so much more than I had given myself credit for. The limitations I had placed on myself were merely illusions, and breaking through them was empowering. This newfound courage spilled over into other areas of my life. I started taking on new challenges at work, volunteering for tasks I would have previously avoided, and engaging in activities that had once seemed out of reach. Facing my fears had unlocked a strength I never knew I possessed. Part 5. The Journey Within. As I progressed on my journey, I realized that self-improvement wasn't just about external achievements. It was about cultivating a deep sense of self-love and acceptance. I began practicing self-compassion, treating myself with the same kindness and understanding that I would offer a dear friend. I learned to forgive myself for past mistakes, recognizing them as opportunities for growth. I started to appreciate my unique qualities, the quirks and imperfections that made me who I am. I uncovered hidden talents and passions that brought me joy. Part 6. Connecting with kindness. Throughout this journey, I discovered the power of connection. I reached out to loved ones, sharing my vulnerabilities and aspirations. Their unwavering support and encouragement became my anchor. I also found solace in connecting with others who were on their own journeys of self-discovery. Sharing our experiences created a sense of community and belonging. I learned that vulnerability wasn't a weakness, but rather a strength. It allowed me to build genuine connections and experience true compassion. Part 7. Celebrating small victories. As I continued on my journey, I made it a point to celebrate my progress. Each small victory, no matter how small, was a testament to my commitment to growth. I allowed myself to feel proud of how far I had come. I acknowledged the challenges I had overcome and the strength I had discovered within myself. These moments of celebration fueled my journey, reminding me that I was on the right path. They reinforced the belief that I could achieve my goals. Part 8. Embracing imperfections. One of the most liberating realizations was that perfection is an illusion. It's okay to make mistakes, to stumble and fall. It's in these moments of imperfection that we truly learn and grow. I embraced my imperfections as part of what made me unique. I learned to laugh at myself, to not take life too seriously. This newfound self-acceptance brought a sense of lightness and freedom. Part 9. A tapestry of self-worth. As I reflected on my journey, I was filled with gratitude. The path of self-improvement is an ongoing process, but I had come so far. I had discovered a strength and resilience I never knew I possessed. My self-worth was no longer defined by external validation, but by the love and acceptance I had cultivated within myself. It was a tapestry woven from self-discovery, resilience, and connection. Part 10. A brighter horizon. The future now held endless possibilities. I embraced each day with renewed energy and excitement. I was no longer defined by my past, but inspired by the potential that lay ahead. The journey of self-improvement is a lifelong adventure. It's about embracing growth, celebrating our strengths, and extending compassion to ourselves and others. And it all begins with the simple yet profound belief: you are enough.